Okay, so as soon as I ended the video on my previous one, I remember the one of the biggest dreams that I was supposed to mention. So this will probably be the biggest dream. This video is not going to be very long, but this dream was crazy. And I've had some crazy dreams in the past. Uh, lot, quite a bit of them have to do with water and flooding. You know, one of them I was on an island that had a high hill, but there was a wave so big that it was going to take over the whole island. I'm like holding on to a radio tower, like God help. And other people have had similar dreams, but this is the big one. The craziest one I've had by far because I literally heard God's voice. I'm not kidding. I know it's his voice because his word says that his sheep know his voice. This was God. It spoke to me and through me. Yeah. Full of power and authority, but also of love and understanding. It's everything all at once. And that's kind of part of the mystical experience when you take faith seriously. It stops being Sunday grace gospel and more like Eldritch mystery because you don't know what's going on. You're just like, wow. It's all a giant mystery, or it's like when a baby is seeing something, they're just like, oh, that's what it is. But here's the dream. I was flying over the East Coast. The water was to my right, the land was to my left, so you think north, south, east, west. It was the East Coast. I was flying over whatever city, maybe New York, maybe Boston, I don't know. But it was a sunny day. All of a sudden, a cloud, it wasn't even a cloud, it was just like a giant shadow started coming from the east. Just start covering the water and then starts like covering the land and whatnot. And then I heard, woe to you, East Coast, for you have abandoned me, therefore I have abandoned you. A shadow has cast over your land, and next comes judgment. It shall come in as a wave. And that was the end of it. So, it's a pretty epic dream. Like, it doesn't sound that complicated. You know, very short, very to the point, but that's just how he interacts with me for a reason. And I kind of prefer it that way. Uh, uh, obviously, America's gonna get judged. America's gonna get destroyed. But that one was specifically for the East Coast. So, and I know there's at least two people who watch my channel that live on the East Coast. And every time I hear somebody that says, "Oh yeah, I'm from this part of the East Coast," I'm like, "Oh shit," because I always think back to that. I'm like, "Man, you need to get out of there. Get away from the coasts. Get away from the borders." At this rate, all that's left is the Midwest. Oh, that's another thing. I should probably mention this one too. I had a dream. So I was asking God, I'm like, so when everything falls apart, what is it going to look like? Like, what will the political landscape or whatever, what will it look like? Because when everything falls apart, anything can happen. So I had another dream where I was looking at the political map of the U.S. I saw all the different borders of the different states. It looked like there was a red wave coming down from the north and a blue wave going up from the south. And they clashed together right in the middle. But where Missouri was, Missouri stood out on its own. It had its own emblem. It didn't get taken over by the red or the blue. It was its own thing. And when I woke up, it was like I just understood what it meant. It was like Missouri will be its own state, or its own. It'll stand on its own. It'll be independent, right? So, as far as I know, that's all that's left. It's just going to be not just Missouri, but Missouri will be a big one, like a big safe haven, if you will. So if you're thinking, man, I need to get out of where I am now, I would say pray, fast about it, maybe ask him about Missouri. Just please don't bring your bullshit here. I don't want to have to smack you too, okay? I just wanted to get that video out. Short one, but it's to the point. There it is.